Quantum medicine is the medicine of the future. Our quantum machine has now been used through hundreds of practices throughout Switzerland, Germany and Austria and parts of Europe, and has been in production since 1993, treating thousands of patients. With another 8 years of research and upgrade in 2005, and it is amongst the most advanced and progressive technology measuring and treatment systems in the world. We start with an 8-minute scan, and this is a very detailed scan, scanning over 200 million distinct measurements and frequency. It presents as a visual analysis of over 600 body objects. So that's organs, blood vessels, nerve, lymph, skeleton, and the brain, given a detailed and accurate diagnosis. The measurement and the scan is performed whilst lying down. It's painless, radiation-free and risk-free, and it takes approximately 10 to 12 minutes. So people ask, how does this work? So every form of matter, including the human body, consists of energy and radiates this energy and radiates a frequency. Every substance, every cell, every body part, viruses, bacteria, pollens, pathogens, radiates a specific energy and therefore has a specific typical wavelength or frequency. And these frequencies can be measured, and these same harmful frequencies can then be treated at a very high precision with an accuracy of 0.0001%. So I will show you a detailed scan in a moment, but some of the areas of application are allergic reaction and food intolerances, sleep disorders, migraines, chronic fatigue syndrome, burnout syndrome, assessment of your autonomic nervous system, your cardiovascular risks, so vascular status across the entire vascular system and coronary arteries, such as coronary artery disease, arrhythmias and atrial fibrillation, the risk of stroke, heart attack and thrombosis with precise risk clarification, elimination of hereditary toxins and heavy metals, as well as amalgam contamination, because we can see a scan of the mouth, susceptibility to infection, toxin exposures, therapy resilience, such as before chemotherapy, chronic and acute inflammation, and chronic and acute pain conditions, joint and spinal complaints, as well as an assessment of the entire nervous system and muscle-skeletal system. The machine also has clinical studies that are published and conducted at the University Hospital of Graz in 2007. So now let's look at an overview of how the quantum Vita works. So after the scan, we then get a measurement that is distinct to your body and your frequencies. So this scan will show every pathogen that is present, every body system that is out of balance, and what we need to treat through the machine and priorities. So on the left in the measurement in pink is a list showing the organs, especially the ones above 80% that are in need of attention. And on the right, you will see the scan of the body systems. And the 5 at the top are the acute ones and the 8 at the bottom are the chronic ones. And you can then click into each system to see what related organs are being affected and what are presented. You can also see energy status and regulation capacity and the power of resistance. And here you can also see an overview of the immune system. And here we see toxin exposure and the toxins in the body and what filters are open and what is accumulated in the body. For example, you can see where these are, lymph, etc. And here you can see inflammation, the regulation of cells, free radicals, And it also shows an overview of the 4 areas in the body and gives indication where these blockages and imbalances are. We see a dental view, so we know what amalgams you have in, what caps you have in, and what organ systems are being affected by that. And here you see VCA, which is a measurement of how your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system is working. And here is really important in today's world. We can actually see the process of coagulation that could give potential strokes, heart attacks, or very similar. And here you see chi, and we see what is blocked, and that is really important, and we need to balance that. So the machine will balance that. And here you will see an overview on some suggestions of supplementary advice, but you have to remember that the machine itself actually has the frequency of every medication, every allopathic, nutraceutical, homeopathic, herb. So the machine actually knows what frequency to give you to actually treat and delete those pathogens or those body systems. So it starts to balance back. So all the frequencies are balanced. I'm so passionate about this machine because I have seen patients who have suffered from chronic illness for over 20 years, especially things like Lyme disease. And, we can see that on the system and we can treat that. And sometimes we can see the after effects of a disease. And at a personal level, I won't go into it too much, but basically my life was completely changed by this machine on a very personal level. And I could not run my practice without this in it because it gives diagnostic and treatment, and also it will lead me toward what other treatment to give, which is synergistic to this machine. So when I use and do our diagnostics with our quantum machine and our live blood analysis and sometimes labs, then we can treat with the machine, but also we can use the other treatment modalities, which is EBO safe and all the intravenous therapies to enhance the quantum properties. And I have actually, hand on heart, seen patients go from wheelchair bound to walking where they've had such chronic inflammation from Guillain-Barré or different severe inflammatory disorders from post-Lyme disease, etc. So I'm very, very passionate about this machine and its properties, and it is the best machine in the world. I'm not saying it is, I am telling you it is. There is nothing else like it. What else can scan over 200 million frequencies, 600 body systems, and then treat that?